Coach, what did you take away from your first games of the season?
Yeah, so when I think about the lineup, and in particular the game one lineup that we put out there against St. Louis, and more so from a defensive standpoint, we only had 3 returning players playing in positions that they played at last year. And when you think about that, we're a pretty inexperienced team, and I think that inexperience just as a whole showed when we were up in Peoria. And when you have 8 newcomers and we've got some players from last year's team playing in different positions, I think it was pretty apparent. But I think the more that we play together as a group, I think the better that they're going to gel and the better that we're going to be. I think the other takeaway, and one of the messages that we told our team last week, is it's a long season and that we have to keep the big picture in mind. And when you play 56 games in a season, we can't get caught up on a couple of games that just didn't go our way. And the biggest thing, especially after the Friday games and the Saturday games, is what we told our kids was, what's the most important thing is that we show how we respond to failure. And that the team that showed up on Sunday, I was really happy just to see their energy level, their effort level, their composure, their confidence. And I feel like we just needed to get a couple of games under our belt. And the takeaway or the message that we told them was, in order for us to win on a consistent basis, what we need to have is pitching and defense. And when you look at the score of that St. Louis game on Sunday, that's what won the game, right? Because, it was 3-2. We played 8 innings. Shannon Homan came out and gave us 4 solid innings. Courtney came out and gave us 4 quality innings as well. And we had great defensive plays up the middle between Kat playing shortstop, Mackenzie playing at second base, had some great plays, and Haley Tran making an outstanding play in the outfield. So, I was very happy to see the way that our kids responded on Sunday, and I thought that they were resilient, and we're going to learn a lot of lessons early that are going to pay off dividends come the end of the season when it really matters. So just proud of their efforts in Game 5 against St. Louis last weekend.
How did you structure your practices according to those takeaways?
Yeah, so what we did was we went back, my staff and I talked about it. We looked at the things that maybe we needed to improve on from the tournament in Peoria, and that's what we did last week. So we practiced 4 days. 3 of the days were basically geared around what we needed to work on as a whole from offensively, defensively, pitching, and we did some individual work as well. And we were fortunate to get out on the field on Friday and scrimmage. And we've actually only been on our field 3 times this preseason. So for us to have the opportunity to get out there and not only practice but to scrimmage was a good day for us. And this week we're still going to continue to focus on ourselves, but we're going to start also looking at the opponents and some of the things that we need to prepare for this upcoming weekend. And the other thing is, it's going to be hot down in Florida. And when it's 85 degrees and humid, our kids aren't, they're not used to playing in that kind of weather. So today we're fortunate because the weather, it's supposed to be on the hotter side, and they're all going to be coming out in sleeves today because we're going to try to get somewhat acclimated to being hot and having to push through and play in that, because when you're not used to playing in 85 degrees, it's pretty tough. So basically this week we're going to focus on us but also prepare for this upcoming weekend.
What is the team doing well in practice right now?
I think they're just staying focused and locked in, and although off weekends can be a good thing, sometimes, it can be tough as well because we're not out there, we're not competing. And for them to come out every day and practice and just stay focused and engaged to the level that they've been coming out and performing at, I've been really pleased with that. But I think we're kind of getting back to the point, like, hey, we've worked on a lot of things. Now we're just excited to go out there and compete. And so, yeah, we're just all looking forward to getting back out on the field this weekend.
What are you expecting from the teams you play this upcoming weekend?
We're going to play 5 good teams, and we're going to come out and start with Harvard. And Harvard's a very well-coached team. The one thing is they are returning their pitcher, who's a lefty pitcher from last year's team, and they're a pretty veteran squad. So, Harvard's going to be a good team. This is their first tournament. So, and for us, when you take a weekend off, it's kind of like we're getting back out there as well and getting things going again. So the second game is going to be against the Czech Republic, which we don't know all that much about. But right now they are ranked 10th in the world. They're second when it comes to European rankings, and obviously they're a national team. And anytime you can go out and play against a national team. You know, we just have to go out there and have fun, and I think it's just it's going to be a great experience and a great opportunity for our student athletes to be able to go out and do that. We wake up Saturday morning, we're going to go out and play South Carolina, who's playing really well right now, and you know they're a SEC team, so pretty typical to any SEC team. They're going to be well balanced, they're going to pitch well, they're going to defend well, and they're going to swing it well. And I think right now, just looking at the stats, their strength is in their pitching staff and their defense. So we're just going to have to go out and just play. You know, we're going to have to do all three that game and try to hold their offense down so that we can, you know, our hitters can come out and figure out a way to hit their pitchers, because they have one pitcher in particular that's throwing the ball really well. After that, we play Morgan State, and Morgan State's in a similar situation to us in that they played the first weekend out. They took last weekend off, so now they're coming back out. But they've got a couple of good kids in their lineup who's swinging the bat really well, and they had a good win against one of our conference teams in Toledo. So I know that team's going to come out and give us a good game. And on Sunday, we close the tournament with Lehigh, and I have the utmost respect for that program. They are a very successful team out of the Patriot League. They won their conference tournament last year, went to the postseason. They did lose their starting pitcher, but they do return their top 2 speed kids and their top RBI kid, and they do return 2 pitchers. So, you know, they're going to be a good team, and we're just going to have to go out and play Miami softball. And I think our kids are ready, and the biggest thing is, you know, we always tell this to our student athletes, it doesn't matter who we're going to play. What matters is the team that shows up for us. So we're going to focus on the things that we do well, and we're going to go out there and compete, and it's going to be a great weekend.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.